Yeah, dear students, today I am going to explain Mathematics Term 1 CBSE paper. Section A I am going to explain. This is one of the paper what we conducted pre-board 1. Section A. Next video we will do section B and third video I will upload section C. After completing all the three sections, I am going to upload pre-board 2 paper also. Now, you can see here the number of equivalence relations on A is equal to set of 1, 2, 3. They are asking a number of equivalence relations on this. Maximum possible equivalence relations. You think here they are given 2, 3, 4, 5 option here. Then I can consider here this one the possible you can see here the relation if we take it 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So this is the one possible. Clearly this is equivalence relation, right? Another one let it be R1, R2. So the possible 1, 1, 2, 2. Why? Because these three should be required. Suppose along with if I keep 1, 2. So you take for symmetry case 2, 1. So you check this 1, 2, 2, 1 along with 5 ordered base. This is equivalence relation. You take R3. So R3 means 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. I can consider 1, 3, 3, 3, 1. This was equivalence relation. And R4, I can consider 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. I can write 2, 3, 3, 2. These are equivalence relation. We got 4, another 5, 1 total A cross A. You get total A cross A, this is R5. You will get total A cross A 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. I can write 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. Check there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 elements. Everything it comes all the possible, right? Entire A cross A. It gives entire A cross A, right? It gives entire A cross A. Total we have 5. Your answer is 5. 5 equivalence relations satisfying this. See this one. They have given second question. A be a finite set. F from A to A be an onto function. Then F is 1, 1, many 1 into none of these. You can observe here. A is a finite set. For example, you take a finite set to understand this A to A. For you take 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. They told it is onto. Onto means every element of codomain should be connected. This is the function of A to A. Every element should be connected. I can take it any one element. So any one possible. I can connect 2, 2, 3, 2, 1. Because every element should be connected. Since it is onto function, we have only one chance we have should be 1, 1 function. Since both have same set A to A, since it is onto, definitely it should be 1, 1. There is no other option. See in this problem, the value of tan inverse root 3 minus cot inverse of minus root 3. Tan inverse root 3, the principal value of tan inverse x will be open interval minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. So tan inverse root 3 means it comes pi by, you get this one, tan inverse root 3, right? It will be pi by 3 minus cot inverse of minus x, pi minus cot inverse x. So pi minus cot inverse x, it will be cot inverse root 3, so pi by 6. So pi by 3 minus 5 pi by 6 will be minus 3 pi by 6. So minus pi by 2. Option B is your answer. So they are asking the domain of cos inverse of x square minus 4. But we know that the domain of cos inverse x lies between minus 1 and 1 including minus 1 and 1. So that x square minus 4 lies between minus 1 and 1 including minus 1 and 1. Now you can see here, if I add 4 here, it comes 3 less than or equal to x square less than or equal to 5. Now in this, I can make it two inequalities. This is one inequality I can discuss. This is another inequality I can discuss now. I got 3 less than or equal to x square less than or equal to 5. If we take it 3 less than or equal to x square, So the meaning x square greater than or equal to 3. So I can write this one x minus root 3 into x plus root 3 greater than or equal to 0. That means x value does not lie between minus root 3 and root 3. If we come here, x square less than or equal to 5 means I can write this x minus root 5 into x plus root 5 less than or equal to 0. That means lies between. It lies between. If we combine both answers now, if we combine both answers the real line, this is lies between minus root 5 and root 5, for example, lies between these two, including these values. This is I have written real line, minus infinity plus infinity. This is real line. I have written real line, right? Now you can consider in this real line what they mentioned here. This is does not lie between. Right? So you can write minus root 3 roughly here, minus root 3 and root 3 does not left of this, right of this, because does not lie between. So does not, then which is required answer now. So common part, minus 5 to minus root 3, union root 3 comma root 5, then option C is your answer. Option C is your answer. When it is symmetric matrix, the definition is A transpose is equal to A. This is symmetric. A transpose is equal to A. Then I can write 4x plus 2, 2x minus 3, x plus 1 should be equal to, take transpose of this. If I write transpose of this, 4x plus 2, 2x minus 3, x plus 1, take the transpose of this. Then comparing both sides, explaining one I can write x plus 1 x plus 2 equal to 2x minus 3. From this I can write x is equal to 5. Your answer is x equal to option C. X is equal to 5. See, in this problem there will be matrix A, matrix B, matrix C. Before verifying the options, the order of this order is here you get 1 by 2. Order of B is 1 by 2. Order of C is 2 by 1. Clearly we know that A not equal to minus B. This is eliminate this option, because minus, if you take minus B, B to become BA, not equal. Now take AC. What is the order of AC? You can see A, this is 1 by 2, this is 2 by 1. Order of AC is order of AC is 1 by 1. So order of AC is 1 by 1, but order of CB you can see 2 by 1 and 1, but this is 2 by 2. So definitely these two are not equal. AC not equal to CB. Both are different both are different orders, not equal. Now coming to either answer is option C or option D. If we take it CA, check that CA here. If we take it CA, A minus A, and I can write A is AB. So AB matrix. So we know that this is order 2 by 1, this is 1 by 2. So it gives 2 by 2. Check that 2 by 2 gives, you'll get A square AB, and minus you'll get minus A square minus AB, it comes like this, it comes, this is 2 by 2. But you check CA CB, check that CB now, A minus A, and this is minus B minus A, same thing again 2 by 2 it comes, but both are different. You can see minus AB minus A square, you will get AB and A square. So clearly these two are not equal. Correct, these two are not equal. So answer you can say CA not equal to CB. So answer is none of these. Answer is none of these. Now here they are asking to find the given A equal matrix 0, 3, 2, 0, then A inverse equal lambda and adjoint A. They are asking find lambda value. But we know that A inverse equal to 1 by det A into adjoint A. So they are asking directly to find lambda value means 1 by det A. So lambda equal to 1 by det A. So 1 by, what is det A here? 0 minus 6. It comes minus 1 by 6. Your answer is option C. Now the simple problem here, they are given A into adjoint A equal to matrix minus 17, 0, 0, minus 17. Then det A equal to, we have the property A into adjoint A equal to adjoint A into A equal to det A into Y. So this is the property we have always. So look into this one. A into adjoint A equal to adjoint A equal to det A into Y. A into adjoint A equal to adjoint A equal to det A into Y. Using this will get this. I can write here A into adjoint A. I can take it 17 common here. 1 0 0 1. I can this way I can write minus 17I. So det value from this det A is equal to minus 17. Your answer is minus 17. That will be your answer. So in this problem, A is a matrix such that satisfying this equation A cube minus 6A square minus 9A plus I equal to 0 matrix, then A inverse is. This is a degree 3 A cube, but the inverse never be A cube. It will be less than 1 that. So I can eliminate these two options. It never be A cube. Either you have option C or option D. And how to do that? This one, can I take it A common here? If I take A common, A square minus 6A minus 9I equal to minus 7, right? Just I have taken A common. Because if AB, we know that if AB is equal to BA is equal to Y, one is the inverse of the other. If AB equal to BA equal to Y, one is the inverse of the other. So using the same concept, AB equal to minus I. But I want I multiply with the negative A into, then I will get this one. If I multiply with the negative 6A, I can write minus A square plus 9I, which is equal to Y. Then AB equal to, this is B, so option D. Like this, I can write any order, but this is the terms, right? 6A minus A square plus 9I. This is your answer, option D. So in this problem, they are given the two determinants are equal. Be careful. They are not given matrix. Two determinants are equal. Then x is. So you find this x plus 1 into x plus 2 minus of x minus 1 into x minus 3. This is equal to this one. 12 minus means you get plus 1. I am going to simplify here. Determinant of this is equal to determinant of this. You simplify. Then it comes this one, x square plus 3x plus 3, this one minus of x square minus 4x plus 3 equal to 13. Alright, now x square get cancelled here, 7x, you can write here, minus 3 you will get this one, this is 2, right, this will be 2. You will get 2 plus 2 minus 3 minus 1 equal to 13. So 7x is equal to 14, x is equal to 2. That will be our answer. 7x is equal to 14, x is equal to 2. In this problem, the given matrix is given det A whole square equal to 25. So if you write det A whole square equal to 25, what is det A? You expand this determinant of this matrix along with first column. If you expand, leave this one, this column, you will get only 5A. So 5A whole square is equal to 25. Then you will get A square is equal to, you can see here, I given 5A whole square is equal to, it comes this one, right? 25 they are given here. Because this is the expand of this 25A, this is 25A. The determinant of this, you can write 5 into 5A, 25A whole square. You will get 625, A square 25. Then A square is equal to 1 by 25, right? Then from this mod A equal to 1 by 5. A equal to plus or minus 1 by 5, mod A will be 1 by 5. They are asking mod A 1 by 5. Or you can mod A whole square equal to 1 by 5 square, then mod A equal to 1 by 5. So when they are asking f dash of 0, f dash of 0 here, clearly that will be answer 0 only. I can write f dash of x. To differentiate this, 3 into mod x whole square, derivative of mod x is mod x by x. Now mod x square is nothing but it comes 3x square into mod x by x. So 3x into mod x. At 0, Even if you take left derivative, right derivative, it gives 0 only. Correct. So that is the reason f dash of 0 is 0. Option C. It comes option C. Next one. This is a simple problem. They are asking double derivative. Y equal to e power x minus e power minus x, then y double dash. So first derivative, I can write y dash e power x minus e power minus x into derivative of minus x is minus 1. Derivative of e power x is e power x. Derivative of e power minus x, e power minus x into derivative of minus x is minus 1. So I will get e power x plus e power minus x. If I take double derivative, e power x plus e power minus x into minus 1. E power x minus e power minus x, it gives y. Your answer is option A. That will be your answer, option A. See, in this problem, they are given the derivative of log x base x square with respect to log x. Then I should write derivative of this by derivative of this. Whereas with respect to this means derivative of this by derivative of this, I can write d by dx of log x base x square by d by dx of log x. With respect to this, I can write like this. Derivative of this by derivative of this. I am doing with respect to log x. Now you can see here, when I have taken like this, for the derivative of this, I can write this one d by dx of, I can split this log of log x base e by log x square by derivative of log x. This will be 1 by x. So you can see here, when I am taking like this, I can write this 1 by x into derivative of this one, u will becomes log x square 2 log x. Log x square is nothing but this is 2 log x. Log of x square is nothing but 2 log x. Right? That will be 2 log x. I can write 2 log x whole square. Now you can check that log 2 log, this is 2 log x. To derivative of this, you will get derivative 1 by log x. 1 by log x. If derivative of 1 by x minus log of log x into derivative of 2 log x is 2 by x. 2 by x. You can check that here. I can take it 1 by x common. I can take 1 by x. So no way connected with, you won't get any constant number. Always you get some value. I can't eliminate, only x I can eliminate. You can take it 1 by x common, I can eliminate x. I can eliminate log x. But answer in terms of some log x it comes. It won't be constant, right? I can simply, it won't be constant. Understood? It won't be constant. You can see here, when I have written, only I can eliminate this one. I can eliminate only x, I can eliminate. If you observe that, I can eliminate only x, I can eliminate. Inside it will come 2 by a, I have taken 1 by x common, 2 minus log of 2 log of log x, because I have taken common 2 log of log x by 2 log 4 log x whole square. 4 log square x or log x whole square. It comes like this. Right. There is no way connected with the constant. Answer is none of these. It comes none of these. This is the answer. Answer is none of these. So they are asking derivative of this. Now apply logarithm. So log y equal to log of x power minus x. The power I can hold with this will be minus x log x. Now logarithmic differentiation. Differentiating with respect to x. Differentiating with respect to x. Now log by 1 by y dy by dx. Here product rule, I should use product rule. Minus x in, I can take it minus common, x into 1 by x plus log x, derivative of x is 1. This is log derivative of x is 1. Cancel. I can get dy by dx equal to, take y this side, minus y into 1 plus log x. So this is your answer. Minus y into 1 plus log x. Option B is your answer. Minus y into 1 plus log x will be your answer. So this is the graph. If you look into the graph of this, easily you can write your answer. E power minus x. Always remember here. The graph, you know that when x equal to 0, y equal to 1. When x equal, you know that when x equal to 0, the value y is equal to 1. When x equal to 0, y is equal to 1. The graph, it comes like this, approaching to x-axis, positive x-axis. When x approaches to infinity, e power minus x approaches to 0, This point will be only, we know that 0, 1. When x equal to 0, y is equal to 1. Without going on decreasing. So this is strictly decreasing on r. Y equal to e power minus x, strictly decreasing on r. Y equal to e power x, strictly increasing on r. But they are asking only e power minus x. This is the graph. Like this you get like this. When x approaches to minus, suppose x approaches minus infinity, then e power minus approaches to infinity. So that's the reason it comes like this, strictly decreasing on r. So in this problem they are asking f of x is going to strictly increasing on. So when the derivative, when the saying strictly increasing, the derivative of the function should be greater than 0. F dash x should be greater than 0. So derivative of this 4 into 1, derivative of 1 by x minus 1 by x square greater than 0. 4x square minus 1 by x square greater than, because denominator is x square positive quantity, I can transfer that side. 4x square minus 1 greater than 0. Then I can write 2x plus 1 into 2x minus 1 greater than 0. When the two linear factors greater than 0, when x value comes minus 1 by 2 and x value comes plus 1 by 2, does not limit in those two values. They are given. The meaning of this one I can write here, does not lie between minus 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. I can mention here. Minus infinity plus infinity I can write. Now you can write minus 1 by 2 and 1 by 2, excluding these values. When greater than 0 is there, the x value does not lie between these two. You get the answer left of this, right of this. Left of this, right of this. Left of this, right of this means your answer should be minus infinity comma minus 1 by 2 union 1 by 2 comma infinity, but excluding all this. But that is not there, right? That option is not there. So your answer is here. You get none of these. Option D. Another option is not satisfying this. Your answer is this. They are asking the slope of the normal. First we find the slope of the tangent dy by dx. What is dy by dx? I can find dy by dx means dy by d theta by dx by d theta. I can find this. Then it comes now. I can write derivative of this 3b cos square theta, derivative of cos theta minus sin theta by, I have taken derivative of this one 3b cos square theta, derivative of cos theta minus sin theta. Now derivative of this 3a sin square theta, derivative of sin theta cos theta. Currently it comes like this. Now I can simplify 3 I can write this one sin theta of the square, cos theta cos, you will get this one minus cos theta by sin theta is the slope of the tangent. What is the slope of the normal? I can write slope of, this is the slope of the normal I want. So slope of the normal is minus 1 by dy by dx. So it comes, I will get this one. You can see here, I can write reverse minus a by b, minus the positive, you will get a by b tan theta it comes. Right? You will get cos theta plus sin theta, b cos theta, b by a cot theta. Then will become a by b tan theta. At what value they are asking here this one? At pi by 4. Tan pi by 4 is 1. So you will get answer is a by b. Slope of the normal at pi by 4. A by B tan pi by 4. It gives answer is A by B. Now here they are saying here a point on this curve we should find. The tangent is parallel to this line. What about this one? Can I write y is equal to 3x plus 9, y equal to mx plus c form. Here slope is equal to 3. I can write slope is equal to 3 here. Slope is equal to 3. You find this one. Y is equal to 2x square minus x plus 1 dy by dx. It gives 4x minus 1. This is slope here is equal to 3. They are saying here the slope is equal to 3. So if we take 4x minus 1 is equal to 3, then x is equal to, you will get 1, because 4x equal to 4x is equal to 1. Now when x equal to 1, substitute in the curve equation, you should find the point on the curve. Put x equal to the curve equation. If x equal to 1, then what is y value? You will get 2 minus 1 plus 1. It comes to the required point is 1 comma 2. So option B is right. The required point is 1 comma 2. Option B is right. See, in this problem, which of the following is correct? So you should familiar with all the definitions of linear programming, LPP. Every LPP has at least one optimal solution. Every LPP has a unique optimal solution. If an LPP has two optimal solutions, then it has infinitely many solutions. None of this. So you can see which of the following is, they say which of the following is correct. Compared to all this, when LPP has two optimal solutions, then it has infinitely many solutions. Option C is right. Always option C. If it has two optimal solutions, then it has infinitely many solutions. Correct. These are the options right. So this is not correct. At least one optimal solution. That is not sure. Right. Now here again, every LPP has a unique optimal solution. That is not right. So only option C is right. And see you in the next video, section B questions, another 20 questions I will upload the next class. Thank you. See you.